Well, welcome back, Tubes. Okay, this is Okie, Bob. Okay, you don't have to look at my ugly mug anymore. I'm just going to kind of take you on a shop tour. And we're going to start out right here. This is the desk where I do most of my work at. It was way over there on this other wall, but right over there where that refrigerator is, but I hooked a chain around the leg of the table and hooked it around my chair, and I drug it over here. My chair is one of my best tools. If it wasn't for my chair, I'd be stuck in the house. I wouldn't be able to go out and do anything. So people talk about their most valuable tool. Mine happens to be my chair, because like I said, without it, I'm screwed. Okay, so there's my sound system. It's surround sound, and it's got I like Pink Floyd, so there's a lot of that out here, and I just listen to a little bit of everything else. It just depends on my mood. And you guys I'm sorry about this jiggly camera, but there's my TV. I just use that for just whatever, you know. And I have this white cabinet over here that I bought at Lowe's. That's where I keep all my chemicals at. It's in this here deal. Let me get my focus set on here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. And what I do, I keep my chemicals in there, and I keep a few lawnmower parts, some of my electrical tools, but basically it's just got a lot of my chemicals and everything. That way, I hate driving around the shop for 30 minutes looking for something, and then for a 15-second job. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that has probably the same deal. You spend 30 minutes looking for a tool, and my days of doing that are over with. And but going on to the next piece here is, this is my press that I bought at Harbor Freight. Okay, now you're gonna love this story. This thing had to have been built on a Friday or a Monday, because there ain't one straight weld on it, and putting it together was a trip. Now I'm telling you, because like I said, one leg was about 6 inches longer than the other, because it was that far out of square, and I actually had to take a chain come along and force it to get it bolted together. And then this summer I'm going to take it apart again and kind of redo some of the welds, because I'm telling you, it was crooked. It was crooked, but I got it straightened out pretty good. I don't use it that many times, you know, but when you need it, it's there. And then next to it's my post hole digger that I used when I put in my storage building, and it's a handy little thing to have. It's good for other things than just building or digging fence posts. And then there's my workbench. I'm working on all my books right now to try and get them situated out and organized, and I don't really want to get rid of any of them because there's some valuable information there. Then on the second shelf, that's where I keep all my spray paints and related items, and there's my rolls of speaker wire. Now this thing laying under there, I was going to tell you what it was, but I'm going to see if there's anybody out there that can tell me what it is. Okay, because see, that's the motor for it right there. Okay, that's the frame. That's the box of little parts. And there's a few parts. Now, the rest, there's a few parts like fenders and that out in my storage building, but this is the frame and the driving unit here. But the differential and all that other stuff, and the grill and the hood and all that. But I'm going to see if somebody out there could tell me what model this is, the make and the model. And there's some pretty smart people out there in YouTube land. I mean, I'm really surprised sometimes seeing just how smart some of these people are. And up here on these shelves, I have this love for Briggs & Stratton twin-cylinder boxer engines. And the only reason I think that Briggs & Stratton quit building them was because of the EPA standards on the smogs and emissions, and that's why they come out with the the V-twin overhead valve, which I don't really care for as much as I do these. But at one time I had 17 of those motors sitting around here, but I had to kind of give my shop and my property an enema and get rid of some of them. Okay, then over here, this is where my desk used to sit, and I just drug it out of here. It was right in this area here under the air conditioner. Oh, and there's another one of my speakers up there. That's a Polk speaker. And there's Mr. Childers. He's the guru of lawnmower repair. Me and a couple other people look up to him. It's just kind of a funny little deal. It's a trade joke, but see, I got that speaker there, then I got this speaker here. These are Bauer Wilkins or whatever they are, but they're very good speakers. I got them up at the pawn shop, brand new in the box, and I'd rather have them out here than in the house, because in the house I can't really listen to my music the way I want to. So I just come out here and play my music. But anyway, getting back to over here, this is my welding area now, because these outlets here have bigger circuit breakers and can handle the welders. And I know there's no switch plates or switch guards or socket plates around there, but I'm still working on that. And then there's one of the lifts for me working on lawnmowers. That's a Mojack with the attachments for lawnmowers. And I'll tell you what, those are a lifesaver for me, because I used to have to bend over sitting in this chair, and that wasn't any fun to do. I think you'll see some pictures of it on my Facebook if you go look at my picture albums. And there's the Pioneer speakers here for the back channels. I just got a 140 Lincoln welder, but I've been looking at that one that a lot of the other people are buying now, where you can do MIG, TIG, and stick, and it's a nice welder. I think it's I don't remember how much they said it was, but it's a nice one. Okay, and I got a 1,000 square foot shop here, and this is how I keep my shop warm. I use this heater here. It's hooked to a 100-pound bottle, and propane bottle, and it cost me about $80 to get it filled. And the last bottle that I had filled 4 years ago, it only cost me $60. But that bottle lasted 4 years. But like I said, during the winters I'm not out here. Just falls and the springs when it's got used. But you see that's running right now. Here we are, December 20th, I think it is. And look what my temperature is in here. Let me see if I can zoom that up. Yeah, it's 72 degrees in here, and it feels good too. I'm enjoying it. I've got my t-shirt on. I'm rolling, styling, But okay, we'll get back onto this little tour over here. Now this is the other side of the center here. This is the toolbox that I'm going to start using right here, just to keep a lot of my tools stored in, because I have a big Snap-on box that I bought back in 1985. Oh, and there's my Harbor Freight box that I bought, and I got some tools in that, and I'm just getting them all sorted out. And then like here's where I get there. I'm going to keep my nuts and bolts. I still got all this. Now see, this is what I'm down to cleaning right here. This is going through all these and getting them all sorted out. And then this is where these red troughs is where all my metric hardware is going to go. And then on the other side, the blue troughs over here is where the SAE size are gonna go. Then that's where a lot of my small hardware parts are: springs, clips, pins. I got a lot of Briggs parts there in the box, and just little of this and little of that. But like I said, I'm still working on it, getting it sorted out. And then over here, and this one is where I keep a lot of my spark plugs and a lot of the carburetor parts and everything. I do a lot of carburetors, a lot of them, and a lot of tune-ups. And I got all this stuff here I got to go through as well, you know, that I don't know if I'm going to keep it or get rid of it. I'm tired of stuff laying around and never get used. But you know what's funny is that then, you know the old saying, it lays around and never gets used, but the minute you throw it away, you need it. Something comes up to where you need it. Now, here's that big Snap-on box that I bought back in 1985, and I tried to keep all the stickers off of it because that can ruin it for a lot of people with a whole lot of stickers on there. And but I use this since 1985. It's really dusty right now, but it'll clean up and shine like a shiny new penny. And I got it sold. I'm just waiting for them to come and get it to pick it up, because they're going to have to bring their rollback wrecker to pick it up. And then, oh, I know what I forgot to tell you. This is another one of these little crazy collections that I had started back about 1994. There's my Hot Wheel collection there. I got over 1,200 cars. I started in 94, and I just kind of went up. I got all the 4-car sets, all the first edition sets. There's the famous blue bus right there, and let's see, we got all kinds of little cars in here, and but I've got this box full of stuff here, and that's full of collectible Hot Wheels, and that it's just really dusty and that. I really hate having them out in the dust, but I try to keep them dusted off. Then there's this other channel that I watch, my friend Pete, and he got me started on wanting to get one of these romper room clocks for bozo time and the clown hours, because I've seen that out here myself quite a bit. So yeah, there it is, Pete. You see my clock, just like yours. So we'll move on here now. But like I said, there's my Hot Wheel collection, and I know I'm just babbling like the village idiot here, but I've started doing this little tour now, and I'm going to go through it and get it done, because I'm enjoying it now, and plus you guys will get to know me a little bit, you know. But there's my shop vac, and there's the chair that I use when I go shopping, go to Walmart, Lowe's, and all those places. And there's the chair I picked up at the Salvation Army, and I want to keep a spare chair handy for around the house here, because if this one that I'm in right now should happen to break, I don't want to use that chair, because that one there is twice as fast as a regular chair. And so that's why I have this one here. It's got all new fresh batteries in it. It was brand new when I bought it. It came with a charger and everything. And there's another one of my pawn shop finds right there is that phone, and that's my vacuum cleaner come from the pawn shop. A lot of stuff comes from the pawn shop that you'd be amazed at, because the prices that I got. That's a customer's 33-inch Toro that I'm working on during the winter, and I'm going to have it ready for him in the spring. And then there's an old Toro that I'm rebuilding, and there's the back side of my bolt bin, or the carburetor. Now this here is going to be small engine parts and that too. I just haven't realized or figured out yet what it's going to be. And there's my air compressor. It's a Husky, and I bought it 5 years ago, and that's a good little air compressor. I like it. It's got the hose reel up there, and it doesn't leak. It's a real good it's a real good air compressor, and I don't like air leaks, so I made darn sure they were all plugged up, and I can then turn it off, and it takes about a week and a half for it to drain down to drain off. So I know it's got a leak somewhere, I guess, but I just don't know where it is. But if it takes that long for it to leak out, that hose reel I got it at Tractor Supply. It's got 75 foot of hose on it, and it sure does make it nice not having to leave a hose laying around on the floors. And because I can't have stuff laying on the floor when I'm here in this chair, because I get caught up on it, drag it around, it's a headache. And then this is what I've been working on all fall on that. I'm trying to get my son interested in it. He's interested in it, but I'm just, you know, just taking baby steps. But this is one that I bought off the internet. It's a go-kart, and I've done a lot of changes to it, like there on the front end where that expanded metal is. I went ahead and put that on there, and to extend it 10 inches for him, and so he could wouldn't have his knees rubbing his ears while he's driving it. And I moved the pedals forward. And that weight on the front, I had to put that on there because it's got a live axle in the back, and it was pushing in the corners because it's got a lot of torque. But you know, with the live axle, you got a Positrack, and it pushed a little bit, so we went and put those weights on the front, and that stopped pushing. Now it'll turn on a dime. And he's what's funny on this is just look at this front tire. This is the right front tire, and see, we do a lot. We practice. We do it on an oval track, and that's the right front tire. But there's the left front tire. There's the right rear tire, and there's the left rear. But that one there, it does its job of